As I sit here trying to figure out what monster is going to be worthy to the monster lore and the monster mythology series we're doing, I sat around and I'm thinking about this all the time, like, what could I do that would introduce the group and parties and DMs to something new and exciting, and I just came up with a lot of no-goes. I mean, all the monsters in the Dungeons & Dragons world are fantastic. Don't get me wrong, and they all have their unique place. But there is one, and I mean one, that terrifies everyone. What is that one that terrifies everyone? Well, it's the rust monster. Most dwarves would rather face an entire squad of orcs than one rust monster. And what is a rust monster? Why does it sound so scary? Is it going to kill everybody in the group? Probably not. Is it going to destroy whole cities? Probably not. But it will make you quake, and it will terrify you if you have any metal on you at all. And why? We're going to answer that, and we're going to talk about that in this video. So, generally rust monsters are underground scavengers, and they run around in the caves and, eat the ferrous metals such as iron, ingot, or iron, steel, adamantite, mithril. And what do they do with those? Well, they consume it. It's like a food for them. And they ignore creatures that don't carry any of that stuff. So, if you're a goblin running down the corridor with a club, they don't care. If you're a gelatinous cube, so. If you're an ooze, yeah, whoopie ding. If you're a group of bugbears that have no metal, whoopie ding. But if you're a dwarf covered in armor, watch out, buddy, because here they come. The rust monster uses his little feathery things in his head to basically smell metal, and he can smell it at a very long distance. I would say it's like the same as like a shark smelling blood in the water, or a bear smelling dead prey somewhere, or a vulture smelling dead prey. They can smell it from miles and miles away, and they have no problem just attacking that one person in a party that is covered in full plate and big shield and a big weapon, and basically just disintegrating their stuff and eating their stuff. The rust monster doesn't care if he goes after a spike from a mountain climbing zet, or a sword from a wielding fighter, or an axe from a barbarian. It doesn't care. Metal is metal. As long as it's ferrous, he's after it. They're rarely found in large groups. The rust monsters are generally solitary, and they just kind of wander around on their own, and so nothing too scary. Like I said, they don't have great hit points. They don't have a huge strength. They're not, other than just destroying anything ferrous metal, they really not that intimidating. In fact, some people have been known to even use rust monsters as pets. And one of my favorite stories is, or one of my favorite modules that I read through, I don't remember the name of it right offhand, the whole village, right, or the whole town, or the keep, or whatever, this lord or lady was owning, only had people walking around with wood weapons, and wood shields, and, wood stuff. And it just seems weird. You walk up to the gates, and you got guys standing there with clubs. Now, they look formidable, right? They're not, not well versed in the club or the staff, but they're just guys standing with clubs. You're thinking to yourself, if you're an outfitted party, why not? Why couldn't I just bash through them and go on in and take what I want? Well, because on the other side of that gate, they have rust monsters as pets. And I tell you what, even if you beat the front guards up, you get past that, and you get attacked by a rust monster, your warrior will be weaponless and armorless in minutes. Anyhow, with his antenna, he corrodes non-magical ferrous objects within 5 feet. He can destroy 1 cubic foot of metal per turn, per round. So you're thinking a round is 6 seconds, you got 10 rounds in a turn. You're talking 10 cubic feet in 1 minute. Wow. That sucks. Yeah, so, the magical stuff gets a little better saved, but generally regular weapons and belt buckles and, shields and helmets and, even holy symbols that aren't made out of gold or silver because they're non-ferrous metals, we are just destroyed immediately. And so rust monsters are absolute disaster to a group that's not prepared for them. The thing is you look at it and you see it, and it's got like 4 legs, and it's got like a crustacean type shell on it. It's got like a plated shell, and it's got these antennas, so it looks like a cross between like a lobster and an insect. And it's got like this long crustacean or lizard-like tail with plates going all the way down. And so, nothing scary. And it's got this 2 antennae with little feathers on it. But the minute that stuff touches, bad news, baby. Anyway, rust monsters are an absolute joy. They're generally not a party killer group because their attacks are just basic 1d8, blah, blah, blah. They don't do a whole ton of damage. Their damage is done by, you know, it's destroying rust. They can pinpoint rust or non-ferrous metals within 30 feet. So even if a rogue is like stealth or the group's invisible and the rust monster cruises by, and if they're within 30 feet, he automatically knows exactly where it's at. Now, if he's longer ranged out, he can sense it. He has a little more trouble pinpointing, but he has the general direction where it goes. And so, with that said, welcome to the rust monster. Anyway, that was my take, my little snippet of the monster for the week. And I wanted to upload this video because, you know, I wanted to fill in with something fun. And here we are, the rust monster. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. It's one of my favorite things, and most players have never even met a rust monster. So you got this crustacean thing coming at you, you know, like if you're DMing, you're describing that, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go attack it." Pow! He attacks it. Fine. Okay. Roll. Oh, you lost your hammer, buddy. Or you lost your sword. All done. That sucks. Anyway, until next time, my name's Scott. You call me Guff. Signing off.